Does your child come to you and tell you that they can see spirit? Maybe they tell you that they can feel something around them, and you're not quite sure what to do or how to approach the situation with them. In this video, I want to talk about ways that you can help your child who is experiencing spirit communication, who is experiencing the spirit world. There is absolutely nothing to fear in any of this, and I want to help you help your child. Hi, for those that are new here, my name is Mel. I'm an energy healer and a medium, and I love to create videos like this talking about spirituality. I hope that you do consider joining the channel if you haven't already. So I do have some experience on this subject with my own daughter myself. When she was about 3 or 4 years old, she started telling me about her other mommy. She would even tell my mom about her. And she clearly remembered having another family. She had a mom, a dad, a brother, and a sister. And she would always tell me, "You're not my first mommy, you're my second mommy." And I would always say to her, "Well, no, honey, I'm your mommy. I gave birth to you." And she was so adamant that I was her second mommy. I remember one time my mom even said to her, "No, Mel," which is me, "Mel is your mommy." And my daughter got so upset and said, "No, she's my second mommy." When my daughter was 3 or 4 and just learning how to communicate and form sentences, she would tell me and my mom about her past life. She could remember very clearly that she had a mom, a dad, a brother, and a sister. She could tell me what they looked like. She could tell me where they were when they passed away. She can tell me how they passed away. She remembered all of that information in great detail. And no matter what we said to her about me being her mommy, she could not understand that I was not her second mommy because this past life was so prevalent in her mind. It was so new and so fresh. She was only 3 or 4 years old. Now, my daughter is 9 years old now, and she does not remember any of this. I've recently asked her about it, and the memory of that past life is completely gone. She doesn't even remember telling me about it. She doesn't remember telling my mom about it. These were something that were very prevalent when she was 3 or 4 years old, very new to this earthly experience. She could still remember her most recent past life, which she now does not. But it got me thinking about others who have children come to them and tell them that they remember past lives, or that they're communicating with spirit, or that they see spirit even. Now, I'm very fortunate because I am part of that world, if you will. I believe in spirit. I communicate with spirit. I'm a medium. I'm able to see them and hear them and talk to them. So I'm very fortunate in the fact that I am able to help my daughter process that. Now, my daughter is also able to see and hear spirits very clearly, and especially animals. My daughter sees spirit animals quite often, normally dogs or birds, and she'll point to one and say, "Mommy, whose dog is that?" And it'll be in my bathroom, and I'll look over and I'm like, "Okay, my dogs are on the bed and I only have 2. So she's seeing a spirit dog. What I encourage parents to do is to believe what your children are telling you. Our children are looking to us for that validation, and it means everything to them when their parents believe them. Now, I know that my daughter was not making that information up. She knew about this past life so wholeheartedly that there's no way she could have been making it up. My daughter looks at these spirit animals, and I can see in her eyes, she is looking at something. She is communicating with something. So look into your children's eyes. Allow them to see you. Allow you to see them, to know that they are telling you the truth. I think that's the most important thing, is the belief factor. Our children look up to us as these very important role models, and when we don't believe them, it just absolutely crushes them. And so belief is something that's very important. Something else that I want to include in the video is the ability to communicate with your child about what they're experiencing. So example, for my daughter here, I would say to her, "Well, what does the dog look like? What are they saying to you? What do you feel when you see this dog? Are they happy and joyful? Are they wagging their tail?" Ask questions. Be involved with this situation that your children are in. If they're seeing spirit, maybe they're seeing family members that you know, ask them questions. Well, what are they saying? What messages do they have? When you are engaging with your child like that, I just saw something like totally fly past the thing, and there's like nothing here. So I'm gonna keep going. When you engage with your child, that shows that you are interested, that shows belief. And my daughter's eyes light up so huge when I start engaging with her and asking her questions about these encounters that she's had with spirit. She's also seen spirit in the form of a person, and I'll ask her, well, are they telling you their name? Sometimes they don't. I'll ask her, what do they look like? What is their facial expression? My daughter has never once said to me anything scary or remotely related. They've all come to her in love, which I believe spirit is love and kindness. She has been so happy to have that communication with me, to be able to know that I trust and believe in what she's telling me. So if you have a child who is experiencing these things, the best thing that you can do is believe them. The next best thing you can do is engage with them. And the last thing I want to talk about is not discouraging them. I've seen lots of posts or videos of others saying that's devil's work. You're gonna go to hell because of this. And those things are just absolutely not true. Not discouraging your child is something that's really important. Don't tell them they're wrong. Don't tell them this is ridiculous. Don't tell them you don't believe. Even if you don't, as a parent, I really see that it's our responsibility to encourage our children to express themselves and encourage our children to be able to truthfully and wholeheartedly communicate with us. And when you are having an experience with your child that, let's say, you don't personally believe in, but they're having something happen to them, discouraging them is locking them off and closing them off in many different ways. Other than spirituality, it's closing them off in many other ways, many other avenues. So really, if you can wholeheartedly, please don't discourage them. Please don't tell them that this is not real, because to them it's very, very real. Now, I will say that not all children will continue to have this happen to them. Not all children will continue to see spirit. This is just for a small moment in time where these things are happening to them, especially younger children like mine when she was 3 or 4 years old, clearly able to recall a past life. And by the time she was 7 or 8, she could no longer recall that. It was just something that was a moment in time. Your children really need your help and your encouragement. Thank you so much for listening to me in this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video because you care and want to help your child. That means more to me than anything. Everything that I want to do with this channel is to encourage people to put the truth out there and allow others to find that power within themselves, but also to help their children find that power within them as well. The power to be able to communicate and know that their parents are going to be there for them no matter what. The power to be able to discern that these things are okay and there's nothing wrong with them. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.